Big guy here. Today, I'm going to talk about your life purpose, your life's mission, setting goals. People always talk about you need to, especially, when it comes to, advice for men, you need to find your life purpose, your life mission, and, stick to it and focus on it. And, don't worry about women or other stuff. Just focus on yourself, your life mission, your life purpose. But they never really tell you much about that or how to achieve it. And it's probably for good reason, because it's different from every person. What my life goals are, what my life mission is, completely different from yours. It's just the way life is. So it's kind of hard for me to tell you, what works for me is going to work for you. But I'm going to try. So let's talk about, I was always under the impression that your life goal has to be some big giant scheme. Your life mission has to be, some huge grand thing. You have to build a multi-billion-dollar corporation. You have to be president. You have to, try and take over a small nation. Your life goal has to be something, grand. You have to end world hunger, something like that. And it just seems like daunting and impossible, because, let's face it, what are the chances of, someone like me being president? Yeah. But that's just kind of the way growing up I felt. I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way too. It's just, I don't know, I felt like if you didn't, achieve some type of grand social status, some type of dominant position in leadership, that you're utter failure in life, that, your life goals are worthless, not worth much. And it's a total crock of bullshit. So, before I get started with anything else, the most basic goal for any living being on this planet, not including religion, not including anything, the most basic function of every human on this planet is replicate, to have kids, start a family. That is the most basic mission in everyone's life, like ingrained in our DNA, ingrained in our core. And that's probably why so many men feel so down on themselves they don't have good luck with women. Why they feel so lonely if they don't have a woman, because that's your body saying, your body's screaming, hey, we got to replicate. We got to spread our seed. We got to, we got DNA. We got to duplicate and get out there. So if you're feeling down because you have bad luck with women, or you're bad luck with dating, or you're feeling lonely, that's your most basic human need, your most basic mission in life. So don't hate yourself too much for it. That's just one of them things. Outside of that, where do we go from there? One thing I've learned, your life's mission is just whatever goals you set for yourself. And that got to be, some grand scheme, got to be, some huge ordeal. It's just, your life mission is whatever goal you're trying to achieve at this time. And for me, back in February, or beginning of the year really, not a New Year's resolution, it's just one of the things kind of happened. I made a decision to have two short-term goals. One was to get in shape, lose weight. I'm down 50 pounds. I've always been steadily working out, so I wasn't in bad shape. I've always been a big guy, but I didn't realize how much weight I had on me. But yeah, it's like, one of my goals was to lose weight and slim up, and since February I lost 50 pounds, so I'm doing pretty good. My second goal was I wanted a bigger boat. Started out with a cheap little old 1985. Literally the boat is as old as I am. It was made in 1985, the same year I was made. And it was my starter boat. I paid very little money for it, practically nothing. I had to fix it, get it running, all that stuff. And I wanted to see, how much I like being out on the boat. And quite frankly, I love it. But I don't love it so much I want a hugely expensive boat, but I did need a bigger boat because, I'm a big guy, and a little small 16-foot boat's just really small for me. So, anyways, my second goal was to get a bigger boat, and I saved up a lot of money and got me a bigger boat. So, for those few months, I pretty much stopped eating out a lot. I watched exactly what I ate. His chicken dating got pretty mad at me too. She's like, you want supper tonight? No. And she's like, you never go out to eat with me anymore. It's like, well, I'm trying to lose weight. So I made a lot of sacrifices to lose weight. And also I saved money at the same time. So I stopped going out. I pretty much stopped drinking. I didn't stop going out. I just cut it back a lot. Instead of going out, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, I cut it down 1 time a week, if that, definitely a couple times every 2 weeks, something. But I cut back on going out a lot. I really save money. I bought me a nicer boat outright, so it's pretty nice. I feel pretty confident in that. So now my next goals is to continue losing weight and continue to save a bit of money and get out of debt. Why? Because in a couple of years' time, I'm 38 right now. About a year and a half, I'll be 40. And I really want to sing in a band. No, I'm not a good singer. But when I turn 40, I really want to try to sing in a band, see how it goes. And it's just, I think it'd be a lot of fun, but that's another one of my little short-term goals. So right now, I'm doing a lot of karaoke, practicing songs, all this stuff, and having a blast doing it. And how does that work with me, wanting to save money and get out of debt and stuff? Well, because if I do that, I'm going to need some more free time away from work, and that's going to, me making less money. Not to mention, kind of a distant goal. I've been playing with it, not quite 100% set on it, but also I wouldn't mind, being a professional photographer and taking people's pictures and getting paid for it, because I love photography right now. I love going places, taking pictures and stuff. So, maybe in a couple of years' time, if the band thing don't work out and I'm getting tired of my main job, I might try to transition to photography. So, but either way, I gotta, have a less expensive lifestyle so that I can afford the freedom to, venture off into those things. So right now, that's kind of like my life mission. And these videos were one from earlier, and it's not so much my main focus anymore, so I'm making less and less videos, but they're still out there for everybody to watch. And I think it's pretty cool that I actually did it. And I'm up to a little over 700 subscribers now. How cool is that? I didn't think I could do that. But so the point is, your life mission doesn't have to be some grand big thing. Your life mission is whatever goals you have right now, and go after them. It could be you want to compete in a fishing tournament. Okay, cool. Go get you a boat. Go, get you some good fishing equipment. Go practice. I mean, that's a worthy goal. Oh, and that can be your life mission. Not life mission, but your mission for right now. It could be, you want to compete in like boxing, MMA, jiu-jitsu. I've done it. I've been in ring boxing and went 2-2. I got my butt kicked a couple times. I mean, I did okay, but it's. I wanted to, compete in a cage match, because that was one of my goals a long time ago. I got really sidetracked getting a career and all this stuff, and back in 2021, I did it. I stepped in a cage. I lost, but still, the fact of the matter is, I did it. I went out there, I sought after that goal, and I did it. And I learned things. I'm definitely not going to be some, high caliber famous fighter. That's for sure. But I mean, it was fun. And that was just one of my goals, and I set out and I did it. And that's what you should do as a man. You should, set small goals like that. Set, whatever you want to do, and just go after it. If you want to race a car, that's a worthy goal. That's a mission. You got to, get a car, build it, go race it, and go out there and do it. And that is your life mission for that point in time. It doesn't have to be some grand scheme, but that's what you're sticking to, what you're going after. So the point is, your life mission, your life goal doesn't have to be, some great, big, grand plot. It can be very simple stuff, and you just have to set those goals and do it. And finally, one of my favorite things. Let's say your goal is to compete in something, and you don't win. It makes you a loser, right? No. Everyone loves a winner. It's fun to compete and win, and I've done that. I've won things. I've competed in things. I've won. And I've also lost. I've been on the flip side too. I've competed in things and I've lost. Sometimes I have lost horribly. Sometimes it's, a worthy match or competition game. People watch it. And let me tell you something. Unless what you're competing in is your career, unless you're a pro football player, a professional athlete, a professional fighter, if what you're doing, you're getting paid to do, win or lose, winning doesn't matter. Only losers say that, right? I mean, again, unless you're a professional, if you're just a hobbyist, competing is what matters. Because think about it. How many people sit there and watch? How many people sit there and wish they could do what you're doing they're sitting there watching you, cheering you on, knowing they don't have the ability, or not the ability, what's the word I'm looking for? The determination, the gumption, the desire to go out there, train, practice, and then go and compete, to put yourself on the line for other people to watch and judge you, to see how you do. Okay, for instance, my cage match. Yeah, I lost. I compete in jiu-jitsu occasionally. My record's, 8-3? Not bad. But winning record overall. MMA record's 0-1. But even still, it doesn't matter if I win or lose. Yeah, I want to win. And yeah, I'm going to try to win. But the thing a person has to realize is that the journey there, you've already won. You've already won it live. And the fact that you set out a goal, that you went out there to do something and you did it. I mean, think of how much benefits you got from trying to compete in that. Your body got in better shape. Your mind got better. You learned a valuable skill. I may have lost an MMA fight, but I'm very confident I can very well defend myself, and I'm still training that stuff too. So did I really lose? I think I did pretty good in that. And I also learned that, competing and fighting isn't really my cup of tea. I mean, it's fun, it's thrilling, but it's sometimes you learn some things aren't your life mission. But even still, I very much enjoy training in it. It gets me in great shape. It builds my confidence, and it's just a cool skill to have. So let's say you want to do a fishing tournament, right? Even if you lose, you come in last place. Well, guess what, buddy? You still spent a day on the lake fishing. And I mean, there's a lot of people that love to be there doing what you just did, right? And, you get to do a lot of practicing up to it. You get to hone your skill in it. I'm sure that makes you a better fisherman than the average person. So it's not about winning and losing in life. It's about the journey getting there. It's don't be afraid to lose. Don't let the fear of losing hold you back. I mean, that's the other thing about your life mission. You can't let fear paralyze you. You got to go out there and try. And yeah, you're going to fail some. You might look stupid sometimes, but you can't have honor without humility. You can't, go out there and embrace greatness without being willing to fail. And what does it mean to be great in life? Does it mean you got to be some famous guy and bringing in millions of dollars, all this stuff? No, there are rich people out there that are miserable. Being successful in life is being happy. Being successful in life is being happy with the life that you have and continuously trying to improve it just a little bit. You don't have to, make leaps and bounds, but if you improve yourself a little bit every day, your life will be better a few years from now than it was right now. And that's just if you just keep slowly, continually trying. And that's the important thing about, your life mission. That's what they mean when you say you got to set your goals and stick to it. Whatever it is you're trying to do, you got to make some sacrifices and you got to change your life a little bit to go towards it. You can't get sidetracked like, losing weight. Basically it means I have to eat healthy and not eat a lot. That's the way to lose weight. And work out a lot too. I got that covered. I always had that covered. I wasn't losing weight. So that meant that, a chick I'm dating is like, hey, let's go out to eat. I got to be like, no, I've already had my calories for the day. Can't eat. And you know how hard that is? You know how much I love to eat? You know how much I love going out to eat? Just sometimes a big juicy burger sounds good. And I'm sitting there thinking, I've already had, my food for the day. I don't need another 3,000 calories. Like it's torture, but that's the whole point of sticking to your purpose. I'm basically turning down this chick going out, for dinner and who knows what else after, so I can lose weight. And that's what it means to stick to your life goals and go after your purpose. If I'm trying to save up for a boat, that means I can't go out and spend $50, $100 seeing a band at nighttime, drinking and doing all that stuff. I can't go out and eat, spend another $50, $100 because that stuff adds up a lot. So, and if you want to, compete in a combat sport, you got to train. You got to spend time training. A girl can be like, hey, let's, cuddle up, watch case. Like, no, I got to go to the gym because let's face it, if you don't train and you're out of shape, you're going to get embarrassed. So whatever your life mission is, you got to make sacrifices. You got to stick to it and you got to go out there and do it and try to achieve it. So the point is, what was the point? That's a lot of rambling. My bad. But the thing is, you got to set goals for yourself. It could be short-term goals. You have a couple of long-term goals. You have a couple of short-term goals. And you got to go after them. You got to, sit down and plan out, hey, how am I going to lose weight? Okay, I got to, cut back on meals. I got to eat 2 meals a day instead of 3. Maybe 1 meal a day instead of 3. I got to start, cutting out some bad foods, some sweets. I got to start, meal prep, make meals at home. And then you got to do it. You got to set your goal. You got to come up with a plan for the goal. Then you got to do it. And you got to stick with it. That's all it is that simple. But a lot of people, don't quite understand it. They think it's more than that. It's not. They think it's got to be some great grand scheme, like, running your own business, developing your business is a mission, is a life goal. And it's a worthy one too, but it doesn't have to be that. Your career doesn't have to be your life mission. Your career is just a means to an end. Like me, I'm a mechanic. Growing up, I never wanted to be a mechanic. I was a nerdy kid. I always played with computers and stuff. I was into computer programming, but I went to college for chemistry. As I said, I was a huge nerd. But, college didn't work out for me. And I tried to be a police officer, and I ended up a mechanic by accident. Do I love being a mechanic? Not really. But it's a cool job, It taught me a lot. I can fix a lot of things. I can work on a lot of things. Like, the skill I learned from it's invaluable. Not to mention the paycheck's pretty decent. So, and it allows me to live the lifestyle I want to live. It allows me, I have a nice set Monday through Friday schedule, 40 hours a week. It allows me extra time to go to the gym. It allows me time to go travel. It allows me time to plan things ahead. It allows me a lot of freedom to live my life. So in that regard, yeah, I kind of like being a mechanic, but it's not my life goal. It's not my life mission. I could open up my own shop, but geez, I don't really want to do that. It's a lot of work. I'm tired of working. But the point is, it allows me to do a lot of things I wouldn't otherwise be able to do if I was working at, some regular job. I don't mean like low paying, like if I wasn't getting paid the way I was or had the flexibility I do with my schedule, it would be difficult for me to live the lifestyle I'm currently living. So in that regard, being a mechanic is a good thing for me. And it allows me to go after my goals, other missions I have, things I want to do. It allows me to do that. So don't think of your job as your life mission. Just think of your job as a means to an end. If you're good at something, make money on it, then go out and do something that makes you happy. But that's my rant for today. I hope it helped you out. Big guy out.